So it's officially confirmed based off the global Dokkan Part 2 of the celebration that unfortunately there's no LR Gohan and So Easy. If you just take a scroll down, there's not here. This is again the New Year's celebration where, let's say, for example, Gogeta and Broly's EZA were, and then on the JP version, that is where the Gohan and So Easy's were added. Now, this is very unfortunate. I do agree. I feel they should have just been at the same time in both versions. There's not really a reason why it shouldn't be, but unfortunately, we can't really do or say anything about that at this point. It is what it is. But I do want to go ahead and see kind of what you guys' reactions are to this. And I will also note that, unfortunately, I kind of did expect this not to come to the global version. I was stating, hey, it wasn't in the data download, and the data download has content for the next whole 3 weeks, right? And it just didn't happen right here. So let's see what you guys think. I again think that it's definitely a mistake. It should have been on the both versions at the same time, but let's take a look at the quotes. This is why I should have switched to GAP. Global foresight hasn't meant anything in 4 years. Yeah, just global foresight, I don't really understand. Like, I understand it's very specific situation. Let's say maybe you're a big Raditz fan, or I don't know, hey, big Yamcha fan, right? And you're like, okay, I know Yamcha Dokkan Fest is coming and I'm super excited, so I want to save for him specifically, and I'll skip every other banner. That's cool. But most of the time, if you're a free-to-play player who needs that global foresight to save and use your stones two most efficient ways, you want to save for banners that we know when they're going to be coming. Anniversary, we know when that's going to be. We know when Golden Week is going to be. We know when, potentially now New Year's is going to be, right? Their worldwide celebration, again, they're all the same time every year. We always know when those banners are going to be there. And if you're saving your stones and some unit comes up that you're very excited for, just spend some of those stones on that banner, right? It's only worst case scenario if, like, let's say Worldwide came out and then you summon all your stones for the Worldwide celebration, then the next Dokkan Fest is like your favorite character and you're like, oh, I used all my stones, and it's like probably would have gotten better value going on Worldwide anyways still. But I think you guys kind of get my point there. That's like the only time where it's like, the global foresight would mean something good, but most of the time it's not that big of a deal. Who cares about the other version or wait? I mean, yeah, it just, again, this is the same time celebration, and everything else in that New Year celebration came on the GP version and global version together. Even in part 2, global is getting the new red zone stages. I don't know if they list that here, but global is getting the new red zone stages. So again, is it in? No, it's in the actual superhero celebration. So I guess not, because if we take a look here, like none of the actual superhero content is in this celebration specifically. It's just a bunch of random general content. So again, that's another thing. The Gohan and Cell EZAs were part of New Year's and not the superhero celebration. So yep, I mean, it should have just been part of superhero, but sure, whatever, it'd be like that. Your truest reaction, you're tired, fair enough. You're genuinely curious what Global Dokkan wants you to do. Sorbet and Frieza EZA, yeah, they suck. Red Ribbon Army Red Zone is down for new stages. I mean, it'll be up tonight, so in actually 10 hours from now, right, if I'm not mistaken? Yeah, 10 hours from now, the Red Zone's, no. Is it 11 hours? I think it's 11 hours, whatever. 11 hours from now, the red zone stages will be up. By the time this video goes up, it'll be like closer to 10, but yeah. Oh yeah, for some reason, like the Wicked Bloodline red zone is down because they're changing the OST in the background. I'm not sure why. That's only on the global version, but sure. Collection of epic battles. Again, that is another form of content that global did not get. The collection of epic battles, because that's tied with the Gohan and Cell. And those stages are actually kind of fun, so it is unfortunate. It's missing content. I mean, I guess, yeah, just dumb. Stuff like this makes you happy you decided to switch JP again. Yeah, I was always a JP player for a long time. This game sucks. See you in 2 weeks, okay? Truest reaction. Okay, let's see some of the replies here. Crying Vegeta, fair enough. You hate to see it. At the end of the day, it's just Dokkan. 21 million from Cell right there. What stage is Red Zone Broly? And then, okay. Alright, Cell's really stupid for sure. And then you have Gohan destroying Medical Core. I got, funny enough, I got Cell to a 30 mil attack stat with the new support memory. It's pretty wild. I did a video on that. So, I mean, if you're really down bad for gameplay, check out the videos. But I'm just kidding. I'm sorry. You guys probably gonna get mad at me like, you are flexing your Gohan. I hate you. I don't know. Imagine you're in elementary school and everyone gets a cookie but you. I mean, I wouldn't say this is a good comparison necessarily because I feel most of the people in the player base are actually global players. So it's more like, I don't know, it would be like the inverse where most people get a cookie. Or, yeah, most people get a cookie and then you don't. Or, no, wait, you, brain doesn't work, whatever. Like one special kid gets something, I don't know, whatever. I'm not Goresh. I can't do these really good and like analogies, dude. Enjoy waiting for a world tournament for the next 2 weeks. I mean, JP's world tournament is pushed back. It's gonna be during the anniversary probably. Ugh. You'd rather have had them than Gogeta and Broly. Super Saiyan 2 Gohan doing 12 mil. Yeah, I feel like a lot of people would have, if you were given the decision for Gohan and Cell, people would have chosen them over Gogeta and Broly any day of the week. It's still funny, yeah. It is kind of funny in a comical way. It's like some of the people were like adamant they are coming, but nothing was ever really confirmed. And that's the thing I was saying, because again, if it was a superhero celebration, yeah, but the New Year celebration doesn't necessarily have to be the same with both versions. In fact, there was already some differences even in part 1, so it was likely that it just wasn't going to be the same time. Unfortunately, that came out to be true, which again, I still think is stupid, but it's a little funny, I would say. I was a JP player, you know, to be like that. Not a big deal. Shrug. What is this? Gigantic catastrophe. Frog. Yeah. Okay. Oh, he was happy. Congrats. The reason we want the game synced. It was expected we wouldn't get their easy A's. It's disappointing that they haven't released them yet. Very odd choice to leave them out. Fair enough. This cannot continue. What is this? Okay. Good job, Prim. You're great. The crying Vegeta again. It'd be like that. You know, this is very similar. Oh, not the bird. Oh, bruh. LMAO. Who would expect them? Global's an afterthought, which is crazy because it comes close to matching JB's total revenue. I mean, I guess, you know, but it's like, I think it's not necessarily that Global's an afterthought. It's more so the global devs are incompetent, and I couldn't tell you. I guess maybe the Easy A's just, they already had too much work and they're like, yeah, too bad, we're not translating them or something. I don't know, man. It's really dumb. Just incompetence, right? I mean, yeah. We're not getting them to next year. It's okay for us to have resentment for the JP players because you got robbed of the same content. I mean, the JP players didn't do anything. If anything, be upset at the devs. What did JP players do? We got the Easy A's. Right? Do you want us not to use the Easy A's? Yeah. Wait until we get the Easy A's 4 months later, then you guys could use it. That doesn't make sense. This up right here, there's a player survey. I guess I should note this. I'll read a few more comments, but yeah, that's my reply. The gross ratio. Oh my goodness, that's crazy. And then the Easy A's. Yeah. If you reply to this survey with, you know, about the Easy A's, make sure it's actually constructive and I guess like generally readable, because you don't want to put like terms in there that like only we would know, like, you know, like native English speakers, or, you know, something like you shafted us from these Easy A's or something like that, right? You have to kind of write it concise and clear, because they probably wouldn't understand it anyways. Like, they probably don't know what the hell shafted means, right? So you have to make sure you make it clear, like something like it, like both the international and the Japanese versions had this New Year celebration, which included multiple of the same, you know, base contents together that released at the same time. However, these easy A's for that Gohan. I don't know the name of the Gohan in the cell. Unfortunately, did not arrive to the global version. So I don't know, something like that, where it's like actually kind of clear to them, so that they just won't disregard it and throw it to the side. Don't complain. Don't be whiny, because I can promise you, anything like that will just not be really interactive with the red. And I also want to say they do look at these responses, they do look at the replies and make changes based off of them. There's a lot of people that feel like that they don't take that feedback and this is just for show. I do not believe that. There has been changes based off of feedback that we've left to the game. Literally the last global like survey, they did things, you know, at least, you know, in terms of the support memories and then the EZAs, right? Even though the EZAs would have been coming eventually, right? You guys decided, okay, which EZA you want to have first, and they did something like that. They brought back some of the, you know, skill orb missions, or I think it's the one of the events for skill orbs that they brought back, I believe. I forgot which ones, but you know, that's, or no, they brought back the Guru Link level event. That's what they did. And it's like, that's really good for global players, right? So they do look at their responses, but you have to make sure that it's not a dumb, unclear response. I saw some people posting their responses in that survey, and it's like, well, they're not going to understand what you're saying, really, and they're just going to be like, okay, and just disregard it, right? You got to be clear with it. Happy time for World Tournaments. Jolene, it's very sad, Jolene. That's funny. You're not always in pain, but you are. It's because you're awake, crying, never playing. GP players. I mean, I'm happy to have the easy A's, but I do feel bad for global players not getting it. Global shenanigans, yeah. Just people are just upset, and I think it's very fair to be upset. Sync the games up. Honestly, I think things would be easier for them if they do have the game synced up. Because I feel like there wouldn't be issues like that. The games just like had everything released at the same time, but they followed a strict pattern instead of moving things around. I feel like them moving things around just makes it worse on their ends, and then that's why it leads to incompetence like this, where it's like, okay, is this thing coming out or not? We're not sure. You know, these EZAs don't come to the global version because they technically weren't announced, even though other things came at the same time, and it confuses a lot of players. And it's just, well, that's because they do some things at the same time and they do other things months behind. And if they caught the game up and had an actual strict, you know, set schedule to follow, instead of having to move all this stuff around because of global first stuff and things like that, same time celebrations, there wouldn't really be an issue. You know, or if they just don't do any global first stuff anymore and just keep the game at like 4 months behind consistently, where it's just a consistent 4 months behind. There's no, like, you know, discrepancies and anything like that. Just the exact same schedule, and then there wouldn't be issues at all. But unfortunately, they're doing this kind of like hybrid thing, and it's like, do one or the other. You clearly can't do both. I don't know. This I can go on and on about that. I feel like who could wait. I feel like a lot of people are fine with waiting. It just sucks for, you know, that's an extra like 60 plus stones people can get in just in case, like, you know, maybe you're a big fan of the Dokkan Festival Kid Goku. You want to summon on him as much as possible. Can't, you know, missing on 60 plus stones. Even if you're a huge Golden Frieza fan, that's a whole extra multi. You know, the discounted multis that could potentially be too. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, everyone's just upset about it. This guy's easy as the last straw. I don't think he's going to be bad. I think he actually has potential to be good. Is him having the dodge chances is really important. But I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. And I'll end it here. Thank you all for watching. I'll catch you next time.